It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Bengals and the Steelers coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner, Charles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. So here are the Steelers backed up to start their initial drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Looking to throw on second down. Nash, throw left side, complete. That's Gonzalez. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
Off play action. Nash under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gonzalez. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Gordon. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Gordon. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, there we go, baby. Yeah. Run harder as the game gets longer, baby. That's it. Hey, let's feed.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nash. That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
On 1st down, Carmichael, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gordon. It's caught here by Adams. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down.
Well, with his size, you really got to wrap up because arm tackles, they're not going to cut it. And that time, he used his full-grown man strength to fight off his defender and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Gordon. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Oh, look at the juke. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Come on now, let's go.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gordon. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun. Gordon. Over the middle. That's caught by Adams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw on third down, Gordon. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the gun, Nash. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Nash. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Nash. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gordon. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Throwing on 1st down. Gordon. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Gordon. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Gordon's throw caught by Higgins. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 40-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Then he finds Beasley complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, the obviously red man covers their partner. He got downfield, broke down the defender. He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On first down, Gordon. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun on 3rd down, Gordon. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. The kick by Bass is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
To throw on 2nd down. Nash, he finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On 1st and 10, Nash firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
They'll run on first down. Clifton, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he gets it down to the 32. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Nash. He gets this one to Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw on second down. Nash. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the save. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Nash. And this is going to be incomplete. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive. On first down, Carmichael. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Gordon. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gordon. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Throwing on first down, Gordon. And this one caught by Beasley. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now a give right side, Carmichael. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. 19.
On first down, Gordon. And that's going to be incomplete. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
That's it, huh?
A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And this defense, they came prepared. He's probably going to be seeing them in his sleep if they don't fix things quickly.
And that's not exactly what he wants to see in his post-game slumber. So they've got to figure out a way to slow things down a little bit. Some screen passes, some draws, anything to make the defensive front hesitate a little bit. Think on their way back to the quarterback, maybe even a quarterback draw, some type of tendency breaker to change things up.
Exactly. Whatever the case, something to mix it up here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Nash finding his safety valve here. That's complete. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
28-yard gain. First down, Bengals.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Looking to throw. Gordon. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. On third down, Gordon. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, Nash. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Back to throw. Nash. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Throwing on first down. Gordon. He hits Beasley right side. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gordon. He'll go right back to Beasley. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Gordon. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and it's the Browns who are out on top. Anthony Schwartz, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it's the visiting L.A. Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And that game, level, as they take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gordon. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. 7 yards to pick up there. Working with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Gordon. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Gordon. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. To throw on 3rd down. Gordon. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Pretty much much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On second down now, Clifton. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Clifton, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
On first down, Nash. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Nash. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Nash. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Carmichael. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. On third down, Gordon. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. And the Bears have scored to add on to their lead in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 1st and 10, Nash. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Clifton. And he stopped immediately there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nash. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you continue to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gordon. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. On 2nd down now, Carmichael. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now. 2nd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Gets past one. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 83 yards on the ground for him so far. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Throwing on 1st down. Gordon. The left side throw complete to Adams. 7 yards the pickup there. On 2nd down, Carmichael. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun, Gordon. Flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Bass on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back now in Pittsburgh, a lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. To throw on second down. Nash finding Williams once more, complete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nash. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Here's Bass now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Nash. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Dayo Odeyingbo in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a give to Davis. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well, and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have 2 guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump them off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carmichael, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Carmichael. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 124 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
And every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Evades him at the 10. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Operating from the gun. Gordon looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams.
They got completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gordon. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now a give, right side. Carmichael. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the 4th quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, Wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Nash. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Nash. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Back to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
156 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter. In the zone, the ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Carmichael. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones, and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Don't get nervous. Hey, check back, back six. Here we go.
On third down, Carmichael. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cincinnati, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.